Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Love Code on YouTube. Thank you so much for always watching these videos. If this is the first time that you're seeing any of my videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You're very much welcome. Make sure you turn on your notifications so that you know every time I have a new video out. I want to thank you guys again. The feedback has been amazing concerning the launch of Believer's House. In case you're just hearing this for the first time, Believer's House is coming. Believer's House is our local church that we're planting here in the city of Halifax, Nova Scotia. And you can follow us on all of our social media platforms and check out the YouTube page, YouTube channel. Subscribe to it so that you stay in touch. You see all of our premier services. Interest meetings are coming up, gatherings where we're going to be sharing more of the vision for the church, and we're raising a launch team, and the response has been amazing. So thank you very much, and stay informed. Just stay with us on our social media platforms, and you will see all of the updates, videos, and everything, pictures that we're putting up, just to keep you informed as we get ready for this launch. All right. So today I want to talk about three things about sex in marriage. Okay, so it's just three truths about sex in marriage. Three things that I have discovered, just by personal experience, by talking to people, by just virtue of the fact that I talk about relationships and marriage and all of these things, and people ask me a lot of questions. People reach out to me for counsel on things about marriage and all of that. I've discovered this. There's a lot that I can talk about. I just want to talk about these three things, okay, that I found out about sex in marriage. Okay, and the first thing is this: sex in marriage may not happen as often as you think. Now, there is this idea that you have when you are single, and that idea is that, wow, once I get married, oh gosh, it's going to be sex in the morning, sex in the afternoon, sex in the night. That idea comes from deprivation. Okay, especially if you've lived a chaste Christian life where you've decided to do it by the book, and you have decided to stay away from sex before marriage, which is the way it should be done. If you have done that, you are so looking forward to marriage. So in your mind, it's going to be everyday sex. But the truth of the matter is that it doesn't always work that way. It doesn't work that way. Once you get married, a lot of other things come into the picture. And sex is not the only thing that you're thinking about anymore. Okay, it's still a big thing. It's still going to come up a lot. It's going to come up often, and you will do it as often as you can. But it's not going to be the only thing that you are doing. It's not going to be the only thing that you're thinking about. And at the end of the day, there may be some disparity between the way that you see it and the way that whoever you get married to see it. Okay, most times couples have that challenge where maybe the wife is the one that's at a particular stage in their marriage likes to have sex a lot, and the husband feels like this is too much. I've had experiences where people, maybe where they're trusting God for the fruit of the womb, and the wife just wants to have sex all the time, where she doesn't even wait for the husband to once he gets back from work, she doesn't even want him to do any other thing. And all of that is challenging sometimes, but it's just the reality of it. There might be that disparity, and sometimes it's just the guy who wants sex all the time, and the woman is just like, what is this? Like, can't you think of anything else? But we've talked about this, about the fact that marriage, in marriage, sex is a marital duty. If you missed that video, you can watch it. We talked about all of these things that the Bible says about sex. So it's important to bear that in mind. But always remember that it's not going to be as often as you think it is, and it's not the only thing that matters in marriage. There are other things that are important in marriage as well. So that's the first thing. Now the next one is, sex in marriage can easily become routine. Now, and this is something that single people cannot comprehend. If you're still single, you don't understand what I'm saying, because you feel like, how will sex ever become routine? Because right now it's something that looks in a certain way, and the truth of the matter is that is this: the law of diminishing returns works in anything. Listen, when you don't have something, that thing looks like the most important thing to you. Once you start to have it, once you have it in abundance, right, the way you see it changes. So if you don't have, let me just use my laptop as an example, right? If you've never had a MacBook, before, and you desire it. Some people don't want it, so it's not like people use Windows. So it's not like I'm just using that as an example because that's the thing that is in front of me right now. You may not be able to see it, but that's what I have here. So if you desire a MacBook Pro, for instance, and I remember when I got this, it was it had the screen, the touch thin bar over there, and it was the new model, and it looked so like it's a desire that you want. But the moment you get it, right? Maybe the first day you get it still looks, really, after a while, the law of diminishing returns sets in, and you stop seeing it. It's other people who don't have it yet, who see it with you, that now look at it as though, wow, this is amazing. It's the same thing with cars, right? The first time you get a brand new car, I'm telling you, you are in the car, you want to sleep and live inside the car. It smells so good, everything is so, everything is new to you. After a while, you get used to it. And that tends to happen to many people in their marriage. Things become so normal and so routine that it stops being exciting. It stops being exciting. And that's when people begin to drift from their marriage. That's when they start looking for excitement outside the marriage. They start to, look to other people who are presenting marriage in an exciting way, who are presenting sex in an exciting way. They start to drift. They start to look at other people who are presenting sex in an exciting way to them, right? And that begins to look like, it is more appealing because it looks like it is new, right? So that's the challenge with sex in marriage. And except you are deliberate as a couple, and this is the point, except you are very deliberate as a couple to keep things fresh, to keep things new, to not settle down into a routine, it's a very dangerous trap where everything just becomes, like the norm. And something that is so powerful and so amazing as sex can become so routine that you don't even enjoy it anymore, where it no longer carries that much weight with you anymore, because it has just become a routine. It has become something that you no longer even think about properly and prepare for, and and it just becomes routine, becomes a chore, becomes something that you do because you are not thinking about it, and you are not deliberately trying to make it better. So this is very important. Sex in marriage can easily become a routine. It can become repetitive, except you are just being deliberate about it. Yeah, and you must be open to trying new things with your partner. Talk about what your partner's needs are, and it should not just be all about satisfying yourself and moving on. But finding out if your partner, if the way you are currently engaging in sex, if your partner is actually getting fulfillment and satisfaction from that, and if not, you might have to change certain things. Okay. And then finally, sex in marriage is not just for having children. Sex in marriage is not just for procreation. It's actually for your enjoyment as a couple. Yeah, okay. So because I understand that there are some people who teach that sex in marriage is for having children, because God said be fruitful and multiply. But we're saying that there's so many passages in scripture that talk about just letting your wife satisfy you, enjoying your wife of your youth. And that's very important. So it's not just for making babies. So it's not just when you want to make babies that you should be going after your husband. Okay, so you have to understand that it is something that God gave you in your marriage as a gift, something that should bring you and your husband together. So we always have to remember that sex in marriage is beyond just making babies and having babies. Okay. And I know some churches teach that you shouldn't just have sex for the fun of it. No. Sex is actually for fun. It's for enjoyment. It's for the couples to enjoy. All right, as much as it is also for making babies. Okay. Babies will come, but you can also enjoy sex with your partner without making babies. All right, you can have family planning measures in place with your doctor. Talk about that with your family physician, and enjoy sex with your partner, not just for the purpose of having children. All right, thank you so much for watching today's video. Like the video if you do, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you know when I have a new video out. I usually have new videos out 6 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. I have a new video out at those times. Okay, and don't forget, Believers House is coming. Make sure you connect with us on all of our social media handles and on the website, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel while you're here as well, so that you stay informed as we make progress towards this launch. God bless you guys. I will see you again next week. Bye for now.